Hello, my dear Libras, and welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. This reading is being recorded in April of 21, but whenever you find it will be the perfect time for you to get this message. Let's just take a moment here to just take a few deep breaths. Really get settled into your space. Do any of the small, tedious tasks that it takes to feel ready. And also to take a few deep breaths and just be here now. Release any of the tension from the day or drama from the week. Really just letting that tension go. Moving your neck if you need to. Unclenching your jaw a little bit. And also releasing any expectations for the reading. It's okay to have intentions and a topic to think about as we go, but it's also very powerful to allow the cards to speak. Okay, really grounding down and opening that channel so this message can reach you well. So let's go through the positions here. We have your center, which will be the overall focus of the reading, followed by your past. Anything that's ready to be released can be down in this quadrant. And then we have this next level self, this goal mindset, your cognitive abilities, things like that. The mindset will be here. Then we have messages from the spirit realm, and you have two in this position. They came out together. And then we have your forward movement going into your next step. Then we have the Lenormand, which is read like a sentence. And you also got several extra cards here for that one. So let's dive in and see what the reading is all about. And we have inner life. It says, your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. I really love this elder energy here. This really makes me feel that you all are really tapping into your crone energy, sort of that next level self and that wisdom that really is innately yours. We also have the two hands together in this peaceful index or middle finger to thumb. And it just reminds me of that, the scales that represent you, Libra. So in your past here, we have illumination and clarity. So something has come to light, or you've realized that you have these cognitive abilities. Perhaps I'm actually feeling like reading minds. So it could be anything, but it may be. So Akashic Records, journeys, or being able to tap into people's energies, being empathic. Something has just sort of recently come to light around that. In your cognitive awareness, we have self-sacrifice here in form of the sun dance. This is about releasing masculine energy, the ego mind, the left brain, that strategy mind, which also is here with the eagle as well. It's a lot of forward, fast-moving, fiery energy. Beautiful. And the spirit message for you is to take things lightly. It says to take things humorously, and also that you are here for a very big purpose. What's calling me here is the unity piece, and feeling that you are at one with all that is. That's really and truly your purpose here. So it's like you're in the method or in the process of understanding yourself and understanding your role to play on this planet. You're releasing things that have to do with corporate greed or have to do with corruption. You're ready to make this change, but be sure that as you do so, it's not coming from a place of anger or from a place of burn it all up. It's important to realize that, without some of that corporate stuff, we wouldn't have roads, or, we wouldn't have overpasses. So in any case here, your forward movement is a very powerful card, but it's in the reversed. So your ideas and your needs being manifested in abundance is this card here. And we have this cornucopia, which is this little spiral here. And when I'm doing my Akashic Records journeys and I'm leading those I want to say manifestations, meditations. There we go. As I'm leading those meditations, I always think to imagine yourself at the end of like this funnel and up through this wormhole or through this cosmic space-time of whatever portal you want to choose. You know, we open up the top of the head, and that is where this funnel begins to open up, and so you're able to become this catalyzer or this catalyst. So I am going to leave this in the reversed for now. You will see me flip a lot of the cards, so don't be alarmed if I flip them upright. But I do feel that many of you, excuse me, are feeling a little bit pressured. There's a pressure to move forward and to move forward quickly. There's a pressure to do things a certain way or else it's not going to be right. So let's see what this big long story is here. We have the ship, so fast moving energy, love, okay, and the fox, and the clouds, and the snake, and the cross. Oh boy. Oh, but it ends up nice. Okay. I'm laughing because you have a lot of quote unquote negative cards here. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's just a little bit of up and down energy. Again, nothing to be alarmed of, but you are releasing something, or perhaps these two together here remind me a lot of what I mentioned: corporate greed, this oppression, the oppressor, patriarchy, politicians, things like that are kind of getting to you, it feels. And the universe is saying, you know, think of everything as peace and love. You're moving quickly. There's no doubt about that. You're really trying hard to go forward. You're really pressing on. And the universe wants to, you know, celebrate that, but they're also kind of condoning it as well. So it's, you know, fast moving energy is wonderful until it feels pressurized. And once you have that pressure trying to like create the diamond, then the overall awareness kind of gets twisted up. So there's something there. And then I've mentioned the Akashic Records a couple times. This might be an indicator too, since this is the bottom of the deck. We do have the book here. And then the lilies, the home. I look at these in this way just because they all went out. When I was shuffling these, they went across the room. So I wondered if there's a message here to continue the sentence. So if you're looking to research something, there's going to be a lot of good fortune, especially in terms of home. Your home and the love kind of go hand in hand here, and then your intuition. So intuitively tapping into a need to celebrate rather than working hard. Okay, so more so than work, creating the abundance, it's going to be more geared towards research, and it's going to be more of an intuitive knowing than any other way of finding things out. Now I'll also show you the bottom of the deck here from this orange deck, and we have the drum, which is about divine timing, specifically internal timing. So, you know, this is the part of you that says, okay, I'm energized now, and then I'm going to need a nap. So we're up, and then we're down, and then we're up, and then we're down. So it's really important actually to honor that. That's part of this sun dance here, is not being go, go, go all the time, which frustratingly enough, that's how we are taught to do things. But more important than that, it's important to get back to basics and understand that, you know, just as the native people taught, this is that ultimate lesson. You know, it's almost like you're the center of this spiral, you're looking up, and so there's the cornucopia, and you're at the center here, having this gorgeous experience through, you know, a journey of some kind. So it's just an interesting progression. I feel that some of you are just going to be really, really called to having a journey like that take place. So reach out to me if that's the case. I'll put some stuff in the description box as usual, so we can have a session if you'd like to kind of tap into that Akashic realm and to dive deeper. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck here, we have a 3 and a 1. 3 here, 6 there, 2, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 3, lots of 3s, 6s, 2s. But in any case, it says intention. Lacking personal direction begets confusion and life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. So then we have scrolls here, and the scrolls are another Akashic record. So soul contracts, what's going on, past lives, what's going on, love relationship. You know, you have a lot of questions, you have a lot of intentions now. And that makes perfect sense. I think that, you know, you're diving into you and what makes you uniquely yourself. And part of it will be unveiled to you, this illumination, clarity, just here with the clouds as well, which is illumination and moving illusions out of the way. And it's going to be made clear to you as you do some release work, as you tap into what makes you yourself and what makes you also irreplaceable. I heard irreplaceable there. Okay, let's dive into the momentum. What is driving you? What is the drive and momentum for Libra? Okay, the moon on the water. So as I record this, there's actually a full moon. I think it's a pink full moon in late April. But in any case, it almost looks like a reflection here, but this is an egg. So fertile ground, we have the Taurus energy here of the bowl, and then we have some water energy here with the water bird. So we have masculine and feminine right next to each other. So this one flipped, so we'll go ahead and listen. And now we have the star. Okay, so this is about following your own North Star, the moon here, and then also the stars. So this nighttime journey, and then we have the Fool or the Wanderer down there in this little tunnel of trees, who's going on his own sacred journey, his own sacred path. So soul journeys would be very, very important. And as I just pulled this 13 here, which is the journey card, with the raven, who represents night, which represents the void, which represents this space-time continuum, which represents illumination, which is calling upon you to do some of these journeys here. So a very, very powerful message on what you can do to kind of quantum leap. I feel that many of you are being pulled to that growth, and then it's like, oh no, we need to do some healing. Oh no, we can't do that, we need to do this. So some of it is definitely in your head. Interesting color combo. I mean, we have almost the same vibe here with the red and the green. So interesting dynamic there. But this here is about feeling cheated in some way, as well as these two cards here. So a little bit of a devil card. I put it in quotations because it's really not so. We have the Taurian energy. So Taurus coming through a couple times here with you. So it could be your moon sign or rising. You may be in a relationship with one, but it's also just that energy, right? Grounded, fruitful, you know, really having that manifestation power, having that balance of masculine, feminine, and I'm hearing communication as well. So many of you are just really working on how to communicate your needs, especially in any kind of partnership. Yes, and then we have body and mind coming to an agreement. So there's two sides of you, and there's really nothing wrong with that. We're just learning this self-mastery, right? The goal is for you to follow yourself and follow yourself to this beautiful enlightenment that's coming for you. And then we have the King of Earth. So again, that grounding, that Taurus energy, just really tapping into what Taurus means. I mean, you may have one in your life, or you may just want to look and see in your own astrology chart, you know, Taurus is somewhere in your chart. So, you know, whether you get into 5th house, 12th house, whatever, it could just be awakening now with this full moon and with the energies that you're in at this moment. So really tapping into some of that might be helpful for you. So let's see here, what is ready to be released? What is it that we are moving away from for Libra? Ooh, clarity. Okay. Interesting. So what's more interesting is 1 plus 7 is 8. So there's definitely no secret as to the reason why they're together here. So a very interesting thing to have in your past. So again, I feel that many of you have learned something in the recent past that has sort of changed everything, whether it's that you got a reading that just hit home, something to that regard. And at the bottom here, we have shadow treasures. This is a 2 plus 1, which is 3. You have tons of 3s here. So shadow treasures are those parts of you that have this burning desire, but it's very deeply embedded into your pain, into the healing journey that you've gone through, into the deep parts of your soul that you haven't reached yet. So it's this really deep dive into this burning desire and the light that really shines within your soul. And you're going to be awakening that. That's really the clarity here. So perhaps the message is that the clarity begins as you dive deeper into your soul's healing. Okay, let's see here what we have for the mindset. What is it that you need to know about your mind? Okay, the flow. Yes, and we have the moon on the water here. Wow. The imagery is just very, very similar. The moon is high, it's very full, it's a nice cloudy evening. There's a reflection on the water. It's like this tapping into the stillness of the moment. So you're really meant right now to go with the flow. I think that some of you may be questioning yourself or questioning your ability to tap into source. But you're really being guided to this gateway, this funnel, these meditations, this balance, this release work. So we have gateway, and then I felt called to fulfillment, followed with release. So this is sort of your process here. You open the gateway, you find this fulfillment, and then you're releasing all expectations. It's like once you find fulfillment, even if it's in the astral realms or the Akashic realms, it's still such a powerful. Oh, I pulled from the same deck. I usually switch decks. Okay. In any case, we'll leave them there. Okay, so there are no accidents, right? So what is it that my Libras are going to be expressing at this point? Listening, yes. So your guides are definitely trying to reach you. Your spirit team is coming full throttle. And 5 and 3 is also 8. So 1, 7, 8, 5, 3, 8, all kind of coming full circle there. So you're looking to create a really cool something. There's something in your world that you are here to accomplish. This here is the, seventh fire prophecy, the whirling rainbow prophecy. It's where the ancients, well, wasn't that ancient, excuse me, is a couple years ago. Goodness, a couple hundred years ago, as the colonizers moved through the Americas, the elders came together and they had this beautiful wise moment where they said, there will come a day where the white children, or this race of children who do not go by class or creed or race, they actually will be very native on the inside, and they're going to help the world to become green again by listening to the chiefs and the medicine teachers of native people and diving into old ancient concepts, tapping into the spirit realms, which they called the blue road. And you see here all these bluish purple and the clarity here. So really doing some astral travel type work is going to be infinitely helpful for you. And then we have the compass here, which would be the same as the pole star. So really following your own true north. Very important there to trust yourself. Okay, so I'm going to split these up just a little bit to save room. So we're going to do flow Met with gateway, fulfillment, and then release. Okay. So we'll leave that at the bottom. Now let's dive into what it is that you all can do to tap into a deeper connection with source energy. What is it that can help our Libras tap in deeper? Yes, we have a raven again here, which you actually have 2 times. So, and 1 3 3 3. So many threes. Love the darkness. Okay, so this is about not being afraid of your soul's journey. So there's something, perhaps a fear of what will come up as you do the healing, perhaps something that's really been difficult to release, like a past relationship, something that's really weighing heavy on your shoulders. And it seems to be very much getting in your way of creating this open door to which your spirit team can get to you the easiest. Okay, so let's see what animals are going to be coming through for you, Libra. Libra animals. Oh, there they are. Okay, 2. We have patience with the ant and creation with the spider. Very cool, actually, that you got insects. I think these are the only 2 insects in the deck. Now, the really cool, powerful medicine with insects is that they're not to be underestimated, right? An ant can lift so much more than any other animal. It's like, as far as their capacity for being this big and carrying something that big, I mean, it's just remarkable, right? And the message there is patience. So being calm with yourself, understanding what your limits are, how much can you handle, how much can you do at one time, and just really being patient with yourself, because you are here to create, Libra, and you've been underestimating yourself, which, you know, your spirit team, they won't get frustrated with you. And I laugh because at first, the very first thing is frustrated with me, but I think that's you thinking that because you've kind of had a hard time with this, because it's been in your way and you're trying to move forward and feel as though you can't, you're almost like, oh, I'm so small, I'm so tiny, I haven't been able to do this, therefore I'm insufficient. And, you know, your guides don't want you to feel that way. At the end of the day, this is about you blossoming, becoming who you really are, learning how to move energy, also very, very intuitively and innate for you. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so you're here to do some introspection. You know, if somebody has been either confrontational with you and, you know, you let the wrath fly, you know, it's time to really dissipate. This is the illusion card here, just because they have those transparent wings, right? So you're here to really blast through any illusions of the outside world. So any idea that people have control over you, that's an illusion. The idea that, you know, we live in a corrupt society, that's an illusion. You know, you can simply walk into the forest and see that balance still is there. And the more that we can focus on the balance of nature, the more we can balance on the fulfillment and abundance that really lives in the forest, so long as we are ready for this release work. These 2 are very similar here. You are releasing any reason to be powerful. You know, I think many of us have this big goal, this big dream to become powerful so we can protect, right? But are we being protective of Earth now, right? So it's almost like if you have a dream to, you know, buy a lot of land for its preservation and then you're not recycling, you know, it's kind of that energy. What do we do in the short term to ensure that in the long term we can fulfill this dream? If we don't start small, if we don't start where we are now, and we don't do this balance work to clear the clouds of illusion, to move all that energy out of us, to release those things, we run the risk of having a slow moving journey. Because ideally, I'd love to see this ship at this side, right? Which luckily it's positivity on either side. So no matter what, it isn't going to be a detrimental time frame for you. But the more that you can tap into ease and flow and virtue and intention, integrity, and also your own healing journey really taking its time. You know, you have to take your time with the journey that you're on. We're going through a process here of the maiden, the mother, the guardian, and the crone. You know, and this energy here of the crone being this elder, clear-headed, beautiful person, she had to go through this to get to this point. Like, I used to self-sabotage myself. I used to, you know, close myself down instead of open myself up. But, you know, thank goodness I just didn't quit. You know, thank goodness I just kept going towards the stars, you know, shot for the moon, went into the stars, whatever. And that's where your messages are waiting for you, Libra, is in this sort of, you know, Akashic Records type feel is how I'm feeling for you, because you are a really powerful, I want to say goddess. I don't want to be gender specific, but you are very, very creative, and you're very balanced. This is you, body and mind coming together, this balance of two sides, this understanding my masculine and my feminine. Your masculine is really running the show. And so it's really imperative for you to double back around, look into the soul contracts. What's going on beneath the surface? What is it that I'm dealing with in this shadow self, this shadow mind? And don't be afraid of it. This says here, love the darkness. Tap in, dive deep, do the soul journeying, you know, enjoy that process of leaping, is what they're saying. There's a self-acceptance here. There's understanding growth patterns. And your growth patterns are different from everyone else's. You don't have to be just like everyone else. This is about you understanding what your rhythm is, and you understanding how much you can handle at one time. And don't push yourself. Come back to the fact that you're a freaking warrior and a beautiful one at that. So if you're interested in doing some of these Akashic journeys, this is what I do. If you'd like to book a session, we can do a single-handed journey, which is an hour long, and it's a live video call with me personally. And we just talk about what's going on. We go into the records and then talk about what we've seen and, you know, make heads or tails of that. So you're not on your own trying to do a meditation here or there and then falling asleep and all those things. So if you've had issues with that and you're trying to meditate to tap in, and you're going through this funnel, you're going through the, you know, the rising above and going through the doorways or the gateways or whatever it is, but then you draw a blank, this can be something that really, really helps. I do teach the Akashic Records, and we do sessions too. So let me know in the description box or in the comments. You go to the description, I'll go to the comments, whatever. We will connect, okay? We can connect, because there is some release work to be done. Okay, and I do feel like you're being called to this, this greater understanding, this bigger picture. Okay, there's a part of you that's really, really ready. You're more than ready. We see that many, many times here with ready to listen to what your spirit team has to say, ready to listen to that higher self and how you're getting in your own way, right? It's just, you're kind of over the struggle, and you're over feeling stuck or feeling small, because that's not the way we want to feel about ourselves and about our dream, right? So listening to the call, following that call, you know, booking a call, whatever that is, reach out to me. We can go through that together, and I can help you with that. I do one-on-one coaching, and I also have a mastermind going on right now that I'm teaching one-on-one. That is the maiden, to the mother, to the guardian, to the crone, and we do that several times. So just like this reading, we're going through the sacred spiral, and we go through these different methodologies of the beginning, the middle, to the end. So it's a consistent process, and you get to learn about yourself either through human design, astrology, the I Ching, tarot cards, whatever it is that you do, you know, Reiki or crystal grids, whatever you're called to gets to work. It's about how to master your own process. So reach out to me if that's for you as well, because some of you are feeling called to that. So let me know. Everything will be in the description. Right now I'm doing all email address because people are out there scamming our links as readers. So just check it out. Let me know how it feels. Let me know how this resonated in the comments. I will see you all in my inbox or next month on your next reading. I'll see you then. Bye.